Hello, YouTubers. Raven here. Sorry, my finger just hit the button and we started without being prepared.
Wait, what?
So, yeah. We'll be talking about Once Upon a Time, Season 5, Episode 6. 7 is next week. I was right this week and she was wrong.
Sorry.
It's probably because we kind of got started on the wrong foot tonight. Didn't have time to think about it because I pushed play.
Oh. That wasn't my fault.
Or record. I didn't say it was.
Oh, okay. Because you said I got started off on the wrong
I said
foot.
we did.
Oh, okay. I thought you said just me. I'm like, what? I'm sorry. I'm really tired. I'm like dead right now.
I don't see why you're the dead one. Whereas, in fact, I'm the one still wearing makeup.
Well, I'm like, I'm just really out of it.
So, in case you were wondering, like we were talking about, I've been in a play.
My hair's still wavy from Halloween yesterday.
Yeah, you did like a 60s. 80s. I'm bad with the decade thing. Like,
Yeah.
don't.
I was an 80s girl. I had the lacy bow headband. I had little, like, big earrings. I had fishnet leggings and off-the-shoulder top.
Reminded me of girls from Saved by the Bell.
Neon colors.
Or the early years of Full House.
Yeah. Except I didn't poof my hair out. I just waited.
Yeah.
But yeah. This is the result.
This is the result of being in a play. This beautiful thing. I love this. I like going out after a play to like food places and having people like stare at me. Because then I give them weird looks. Like, what the crap are you staring at?
Yeah.
So, and this is red. And this is not white, which my brother keeps calling it. So, it's actually just 2 shades brighter than my own skin tone.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's what gives it that different effect.
Mm-hmm.
Is the shading.
Yeah.
So, anyways, the show. My footages. So, what stood out to you this episode?
Well, it was mostly like a Rumple episode.
Yeah.
I said episode weird. Episode. Anyway, yeah, it was mostly about Rumple and
you said it like Merida would.
Yeah. And Merida. I don't know. I really liked the episode. I got kind of into it. I was wrong about the bear being her mom.
I was right about the bear being her. I mean, like, I kept saying that it was her mom, but...
Yeah, I don't remember you saying that it was her
last week. Like, I didn't say it last week, but over the week...
You agree with me.
Yeah, like, over the week I started thinking that it wasn't...
Yeah.
You know? Like, once I, like, started thinking about it.
But, I mean, I just thought that it would be a nice...
Yeah, like,
homage
it would be cool
to the
movie, yeah.
I wasn't expecting it to happen. I just thought that it would be cool if it was her mom.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to be her mom.
But, you know, like, whatever is what went down.
Yeah.
Like, it's what we said we thought it would be, so.
But anyway, he pulled it out of the stone.
Yeah.
And, you know, now he's a hero. Yay.
He stood up to the bear. Do your worst. And then he threw the transfiguration potion in its face. The de-transfiguration potion.
Yeah.
In her face, and she de-transmorphified.
She transformed back into her actual form.
Yes. He nullified the spell.
Yeah.
The potion.
I liked the stuff with Merlin. I liked when Henry, you know, used the mushroom thing and they were able to see him. and then he gave them the name of Nimue.
I liked how Regina was like, he has voicemail now?
Yeah,
Like,
she's
when did
oh,
Merlin get
great, we got
voicemail?
Merlin's voicemail.
Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, really? I think one of the highlights for me was when we were back in 6 weeks ago in Camelot and Merida kidnapped Belle, and how Belle, like, she's like, I'm sorry, I switched out the potion on you.
Belle, I liked too that like he said she was the clever one, because Belle is the clever one. She reads books all the time. She's very knowledgeable. She's really into like stories and imagination and all that stuff, and she's smart.
Yeah.
So I liked that was mentioned.
Yeah, and I was kind of confused on like why Merida's like, I want magic and you can do magic. I'm like, since when can Belle perform magic? Apparently since now.
Well, Rumple's got a lot of magic.
Well, yeah, but we've never actually seen Belle actually perform magic.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that'll be a first.
She never like cast a spell or did anything. Like, she might have used a magic totem here or there, but she didn't create the totem.
Yeah.
But like, she created that witch's brew that showed them the future of Merida's brothers. Like, she put that together.
Yeah.
So like, we now have confirmation that Belle has powers. We just don't know what they are.
Nope.
Dun dun dun. So I'll throw this in there. They have now solidified the fact that Belle has powers without recognizing the fact that they've already solidified that for Snow. Like, yeah. I was happy for Belle in that moment, but I was mad.
You know what? I don't really think that they're gonna have huge parts again, just because. I mean, they should, because Emma's their daughter.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, they're not completely focusing on that.
Well, I know, but like,
on them anyway.
Like, you can't just say that they have powers one minute and then they don't the next. Just because they were evil there doesn't mean that their magic ability is only with them when they're evil. Like,
no,
if they're born with magic, they're born with magic.
I was just saying that, like, you know, they should have more focus because they're Emma's parents, but lately they haven't. I mean, they've been having more lately because of the Camelot storyline, but they're still not as prominent anymore. Like, in the earlier seasons, Snow was like really, really, really prominent, and she was in like every scene, and she was like,
and she knew how to kick butt.
Yeah, and she had a really big backstory and all that stuff, and so did Charming, because of the whole thing with Catherine and all that. But anyway, like, now they're just kind of like following everybody else and trying to save Emma, which is what they usually do. But you know, until we really see Snow like do something more than just trying to save Emma, we're not going to see her powers be revealed.
That's deep.
So probably not. I mean, in like when we see if we end up seeing a battle or something, and like let's say the 100th episode, maybe we'll see Snow's powers then or something.
Yeah, when she gets freaked out on who the hell returns for the 100th episode, I'd use my powers too, whether or not I know I have them.
I don't know when it'll happen, but hopefully it'll be soon.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. I liked, like I was saying, how Belle convinced Merida to go up against those guys by herself without the use of magic, and that it would be the only way to regain their loyalty again. I understand what Merida did. Like, she's like, when she said, you're lucky that I learned mercy, you know? And I'm like, yeah, but you also did not learn stupidity. Kill him. He's only gonna... She's not there right now. There's no legitimate queen on the throne. What do you think he's doing right now? Throwing a bonfire, waiting for his queen to return?
Who?
The dude who kidnapped her brothers.
Oh.
Like, what is he doing right now, this instant, while she's stuck in Storybrooke? I'll give you one guess. She should have freaking killed him then.
Yeah.
Like, I understand Mercy, but at the same time, don't be stupid. Makes me mad.
A lot
Obviously.
of things make me mad.
Well, it's not that hard. Let's see. I liked that whole thing with Belle and Rumple, how Belle was trying to convince Rumple that he could also do the same thing that Merida did, you know, like discover the hero within some sort of bullcrap like that.
Yeah.
And so I appreciated Belle's arc in this episode, how they connected her trying to save Merida to trying to save Rumple, and that in saving both of them, she saved both of them.
Yeah.
In
That was really cool.
yeah, and trying to save Merida in Camelot. She saved not just Merida but the brothers, and then in trying to save Rumple in Storybrooke, she saved Rumple and Merida. So Merida kind of owes her for two things now. But probably my favorite line is something our friend pointed out that was one of her favorite lines. It's when Belle asks, well, what if you can't pull it out of the stone? And Emma looks at her. Can you stop playing with your phone? And Emma looks at her, because they can hear the ding, so. And Emma looks at her and goes, like, and says, like, well, then you can sweep up, then you can sweep him up. You've been you were his mate at one point, or something like that. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. That was probably, like, the worst thing she could ever have said to her. And, like, the worst thing that she's ever said, even as the Dark One. Like, she's done bad things, but she's never said something so bad.
Yeah.
And that was just totally epic.
Like, she was totally a bitch there.
Yes.
That was bad.
Yes. That was bad, man. And, then, when Rumple, like, the one thing that confused me was he's like, you made a mistake tonight, or today. And she's like, oh, really? How? Like, what mistake did I make? And he's like, you made me a hero. And she's like, well, there's lots of heroes in this town, and they've all failed to stop me. He's like, I haven't had the chance yet. And I'm like, dude, like, really? You just conquered being a coward. Are you going to turn around tomorrow and kick her butt? Like, what are you going to do that Regina couldn't already have done?
Yeah.
Like, really? I was just like, dude, that's so dorky. Like, stop trying to be a bad A and just be yourself, man. Like, seriously. It's not working. Okay, so, anything that you didn't like?
Not really. I mean, I think everything was necessary in the episode. I liked it.
One thing that I didn't really think was necessary was that they reminded us of the first episode of the season.
Oh, yeah.
Like, really, the Apollo milk chocolate bar. Because that's influential.
But it helped Emma remember
Well,
that he was the usher.
really, I thought she should have remembered from the start, like, when she saw him, like, oh.
Yeah, but she didn't.
Well, I just thought they didn't show it to us that she remembered.
Oh.
You know, because, like, they do that a lot.
Yeah.
But, like, really? Like, something everyone already knew. Let's take, like, what, 2 minutes out of this whole thing and show us something we already know.
Mm-hmm.
I would have preferred to see 2 more minutes of show that we didn't know about.
Yeah.
Like, really. So, I don't know. Like, reading online, there's, like, supposed to be some big reason as to why him being an usher is important.
Well, remember, she's like, how are you an usher? And he's like, the reason why or how I was able to do that isn't important right now. So I mean, because Emma mentioned that during that time he would have been
In the tree.
In the tree. So she was wondering how he would be able to do that. And he's like, how I found out the information or got it to you isn't important right now.
How I was able to show myself to you isn't important right now. It's just important that you remember the rest of the conversation.
Yeah.
And, like, the rest of the conversation, like, what conversation? All you said was, don't pull the sword from the stone. There was no other conversation.
Yeah.
The rest of it, there was no rest of it to remember.
No.
But, like, I see no grand design in him being an usher. I think what it was kind of like this spell thing, you know, that, like, he did, like, astral projected to the past into a different universe where he was able to meet Emma.
Yeah, that could be it.
In our universe. So, what do you think about the preview?
Well,
it's
we
now,
had a lot of like speculation about who we think is going to be the person behind the mask that was in the promo.
Yeah.
Because the dagger was going through, showing all these different names on it, because they're going all the way back to the very, very first Dark One, who has the most power of anyone. And we were speculating because based off the look on Emma's face and stuff, like, she knows the person. So, and our friend was reading that somebody saw Killian as one of the names on there. And so we're like, well, we were all trying to look and figure out if we saw
it. Like, did he mean, did this person mean on the sword itself? So, like, we rewound it to, like,
so I don't know, but it's definitely somebody that she knows.
Yeah. There was a name on the dagger that said Kill.
Yeah,
but I don't think it said Killian.
Well, it was going so fast because promos, like, are very short. They were 30 seconds.
And there was one name on there named Dragon. Like, what if a dragon itself was the Dark One?
Maybe it was like continuing something like Dragon something. I don't know. Who do you guys think the person is?
Who do you think the man under the mask is?
Because Merlin did say that, like, the only person who can help them is Nimue. And we were reading stuff about it, and she was the Lady of the Lake, and she was the one that enchanted Merlin in the tree. And
this isn't like
the one
it's not canon within
got Excalibur from and stuff. Like, these are just other legends and, like, myths from that.
Yeah, it's not Once Upon a Time canon at all.
Yeah, but
yet
we'll see. They do so many twists on stories.
But then Nimue is also the name of a guardian of enchanted forests.
Yeah, protector.
And gee, I wonder what the name of the storybook was originally within the storybook realm. The Enchanted Forest. Like,
Enchanted Forest.
You must find Nimue. Oh look, we step outside. There's a forest that's enchanted. We found Nimue. Or it could be the Lady of the Lake. But again, they like to use like symbolism a lot in this show. So a lake doesn't have to mean a lake, and enchanted forest doesn't necessarily have to mean that it was the enchanted forest itself that she was guardian of. Like it could mean a few different things. And like Excalibur wasn't the sword that did all the fighting with Arthur. So Excalibur is just like a nice little headpiece. Like
Yeah.
it's just for show. The power of the sword was just that it's an enchanted sword that was in the stone, and only the rightful king can take it out. But which is kind of weird because now Rumple took it out. But skipping over that part, like there's another sword that Arthur actually uses to fight with, and I believe it's an enchanted sword that he got from Nimue, from the Lady of the Lake. Whether in those versions her name was Nimue or not, whatever. But yeah, he gets a sword from the stone, and he gets a sword from the Lady in the Lake. And so Arthur is known for two different swords. I can't remember the name of the other one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I'm wondering if it's the other one that is what's able to, like, maybe that's why they need to find Nimue, is to get the other sword. And we were all speculating that the woman, because in Arthurian legend, Nimue, or the Lady in the Lake, was a person who learned magic from Merlin and enchanted him within a forest to tell her the deepest secret of magic, like the most epic secret of magic ever kept. And then, like, because she enchants him to tell her about it, and when he does, she leaves him. But he had been in love with her. And so, like, we see in last week's, like, ending, or was it last week's ending?
I think so.
When we see Merlin getting turned into the tree, like, when he's fighting the Dark One, he said something about losing his love. And so that leads us to speculate that he's talking about Nimue, and which leads me to think about who the Dark One is. I'm still going off, like, part of me still goes, maybe it's Merlin, because, like I was saying, the whole cloak thing. Well, you know, like, I think he could just be pretending to be Merlin. Like, who the hell knows? But, like,
I don't know. I don't think it's Merlin.
Yeah. But, like I was saying earlier, like, the cloak is a very thin reason as to why I think that that was Merlin.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still, like, an obvious line that has to be, like, looked at.
Yeah.
But what we've been thinking, like, what we've been talking about with our other friend, is whether or not, like, the deepest secret of magic, because as we all know, magic comes with a price, as we've been reminded a lot of by Rumple and almost everyone that uses magic. It always comes with a price.
Yeah.
So the price of, like, using or seeking out the deepest secret of magic and, like, using it or harnessing it or whatever. What if it turned Nimue? Like, Nimue was the original Dark One. Like, what if that's why they have to find Nimue?
Maybe.
Like, because Rumple has been saved from the darkness. Like, he's no longer a Dark One. So who's to say he's not the first person to escape it alive? You know?
Yeah.
So, like, what if Nimue is the Dark One? The original Dark One. That's like epic to like the 10th power. And then when you're talking about how Korra could be Nimue because Rumple would be, because she enchanted Rumple into telling her all his secrets.
Yeah.
And then took out her own heart because she was falling in love with him. And yeah. So what do you think? Who do you think the Dark One could be that would give Emma that look of like you type look?
Yeah.
Like, who is it? Like, is it that she sees, like, not, like, what if the original Dark One's abilities, like, beyond the Dark One, because she has abilities beyond the Dark One, the power of light and whatnot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the original Dark One had powers as well.
Maybe.
And what if the original Dark One that had powers was able to, like, shift into whatever form they want,
Mm-hmm.
and they shifted into the form of Emma, therefore Emma is looking at herself.
Yeah.
Because that would be the ultimate, like,
Win.
screw you to the audience. It's like, oh, like, the original Dark One's Emma.
I don't want it to be.
No. But, like,
We'll find out.
we gotta cover our bases.
We'll find out next week.
We will.
I hope.
Yeah. So, who do you think the original Dark One is? Write it down in the comments below. Who do you think, what do you think Nimue's role will be in next week's episode? Because it is titled Nimue. So we do find Nimue next week. Or at least we learn about her.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we find her. Because this first half is moving pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm. Because the 100th episode is what's going to end the first half of the season in December, and then it's going off until March.
Ooh. But before we get season B, and within season A, we get to see Mulan and Ruby,
Yeah.
correct? Okay. And there is a storyline for which I believe is Mulan's storyline in at least one episode. And it was...
There's a LBGT storyline coming up.
So I believe that has to be Mulan. Mulan? Like, I want Mulan to end up with someone. Like, maybe Prince Philip, like, died and she gets her happy ending with Aurora. Or, like, what if Ruby went off to find herself and that's why she's been gone for all these seasons and, like, she discovers that she fell for Mulan. Like, I don't care. Like, either way is cute couples. Like, Mulan needs to get with someone. Damn. So, yes. I'm so excited. If you can't tell, I'm excited. I'm happy.
I think the episode that's 2 hours long is the one where we see Ruby and Mulan again.
Well, I hope so. Like, 2 hours of them.
When I read the thing about it, it said that it was going to be like a 2-part episode, and that's the only 2-part episode that's in the first half of the season. So it has to be that.
2 hours.
So not next week's episode, but the week after is the 2-hour one.
Birth.
Yeah.
Is it 2 hours within one night or?
Yes.
Okay. So it's like the Breaking Glass episode of last season.
And it's one episode. It's not 2 separate episodes.
Yeah.
Sorry. But that person got me really mad. Who said that last time?
I don't know.
About the Breaking Glass episode, they said it's episode 8 and episode 9. It's not one episode.
It's one episode.
Because on our thing, we said it was episode 8.
And
they're like, no, it's episode 8 and 9. I'm like, no, it's not.
Whatever.
If it airs in one night and it's 2 hours, then it's one episode.
Whether or not they had the...
If it's split into 2 parts, then I guess you can consider it 2 episodes. But it's still the same episode. It's just continuing next week.
Yep.
But if it's one episode that's shown in one night and it's 2 hours long, then it's one episode.
Whether or not it has the theme separating it.
Yeah, it's one.
Whether or not you get the credits between episodes or not, it's one episode.
Because sometimes it'll say double episode and then it'll be actually split into 2 parts. So if it's an episode,
to be continued next week.
Yeah, and if it's an episode that's shown in one night and it's 2 hours, it's one. If it's split, then it's 2.
Yeah.
All right.
So is there anything else you wish to cover? Any speculations you might have?
Not really.
Okay. Is there any information that you wish to share that we have found out?
All that I pretty much talked about it. Like what's upcoming is like that birth episode, and it's probably where we're gonna see Ruby and Mulan again.
Okay. And there is one big one that like a lot
Cora's
of you probably
coming back for the 100th episode. The actress that played Cora, Barbara Hershey, the older Cora, is coming back for the 100th.
So
it'll be pretty epic. It's called Swan Song.
And that usually means like the ending, right? The ending of something.
Yeah.
So the ending or death of something. What?
She's like, what if Emma disguises herself as Cora to get back at Regina for something?
That would be epic. But yeah. Okay. So is there anything you have to add?
No.
Okay. So put your questions and comments down below and we will get to them as quickly as possible. And if you're lucky, we might talk about it next week.
Maybe.
Like I said,
comment.
If you're lucky, yeah.
And we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll mention you. We'll mention the fact that you commented, and we'll discuss the question if you actually ask us a question.
Yeah. And not that we don't appreciate when you say good job in this episode or whatever. We fully appreciate and love those comments. Like, if you just want to comment and say that, like, you enjoyed this week's episode, or you want to make fun of my facial stuff this week, or, like, I don't care, you can comment on the stack of shoeboxes I got in the back. I'd talk to us. Like, this is my room, so yes. So, you know what? Like, I really don't care what you put down there as long as it's nothing negative.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's something, like, constructive, then yes, please, by all means, put constructive
If you have
criticism
feedback
down
for how we can improve our videos, that's appreciated.
If you're just going to say...
negative and you're just going to say you hate our review,
yeah.
we prefer that you not do that.
If you hate our review, then don't watch.
And please don't give us a dislike, because that really makes me angry.
Dislikes are there for that reason.
I know, but... Never mind.
They should have never created the dislike button, but...
basically, if you're going to dislike the video, then you have no point in watching the video.
Yeah. So, like, if you don't like the video, don't watch it.
If you get to a certain point and you decide you don't want to continue, don't give us a dislike. Just don't finish watching the rest of the video.
Yeah. Because, like, we have had someone in an episode where she's doing it by herself that... I think it was an episode you were doing.
It was Arrow. Like the last 2 Arrow reviews, not the most recent one that I did on Friday, but like the other 2 before that, it was dislikes. And
originally there was someone
I might not be
posting
the
that...
best at reviewing Arrow because it's not necessarily something that I'm super, super into, but I still was trying because I was doing it on my own and it was harder.
Yeah. But like, I mean, there are dislikes for a reason, and, like, I do understand that, but, like, saying that you hate a video, like, in the comments, like, I understand that there are comments there, and that, like...
I don't think we've ever gotten one that said they hated it, though.
Isn't that what that one guy said?
Oh.
Yeah, the one guy put down in the comments that he hated the review, and he was the only comment, I think, that we got that week. And like, I understand that like there are trolls out there that want to do that to people and that get like fun out of it, but like we've never had a comment like that, and like I have respect for you guys, and so far you guys have shown respect for us, and we appreciate that if you guys keep it that way. And if you don't, then whoever starts talking like that, I will block them from commenting and such. I will do what I can to block them from whatever I can within this within our show.
It's not necessary, and you know, we do these for everybody else. We do these for you guys. We don't have to do these, but we're doing them because we want to share our thoughts with everybody else.
Yeah.
And if you don't like them, then that's your problem.
If you don't like what we have to say, then you shouldn't be watching.
Exactly.
We respect your ideas on the show, so it's only right that if you watch us, then you should respect our ideas.
If you don't like the way that we do them, give us constructive criticism and feedback, but don't make a comment saying you hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Give us reasons why you don't like it, and so that we can improve on them instead of making us feel bad.
Like we used to take like 45 minutes to an hour to talk about one show, like every week.
A lot of them were over 30 minutes. Not usually 45, but like over 30 minutes.
Well, like no, but like I mean, we took a lot of them like 45 or over originally. That's when we were first starting.
Oh, okay.
And like
this one's over 30 minutes.
Well, yeah, but that's because we've grown our base to a group of people who actually want to watch our videos. But we did have someone saying if you guys did shorter reviews, then it'd be easier to watch. And it's like we took that under consideration and we started making them shorter. It was gradual, but then we got to about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And when the shows
ones that I've been doing on my own have only been about 15 to 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm. When the shows are when they're full of information, then it's going to be longer than 15 minutes. But when they're not, then it's going to be 15 minutes or shorter. Like, I think our shortest one is 10 minutes. But, like, yeah. So if you have ideas on how to make the videos better, more user-friendly, watchable, whatever, then, you know, let us know. And we'll take what you guys have to say under consideration. And thank you for being for all of you who have been respectful of us so far within this journey that we've allowed you guys to take part of with us, which is our fandom, our love for the shows that we watch and review. And thank you for your consideration with what you post and with what you post or with what you withhold from posting within the comments. And we look forward to all the things you have to say, constructive or otherwise. So until next time, be careful, duty, because magic always comes with a price.